Okay, folks, how you doing? Thursday, the 26th of January 2023, and we have some big data coming out of the US today at 1:30 PCE and core PCE prices. Of course, this is what the Fed is going to be focusing on towards its rate trajectory stance, and to see if it's having any effect or not on these markets. We're also going to see a little indicator that the Fed do also proxy with, and that is the initial jobless claims. They're looking at unemployment figures. They want to see a tick up in the jobless claims. They want to see kind of, really sort of a decrease in the NFP jobs available. And they want to see the effects coming through of their policy. So that's why there is going to be a major focus today on this half one GMT data. Of course, we'll also get retail inventories, wholesale inventories, GDP quarter on quarter as well, set to come out in the US 2.6%, also at the half one marker. So quite a lot of data. For me and the guys, we're going to be really focusing on sifting through what's going to be important here. Obviously, the GDP Q on Q, but then this PCE and core PCE prices are going to be important. Then, we're going to be trading that. And then just when you think it's going to be safe to, wrap it up for the day, 3:00, we're going to get new home sales month on month for December. And then nat gas storage at 3:30 for the gas guys. So, it's going to be a busy day. What we're seeing this morning is selling down in the European session, both on DAX and US equities here. A little bit of a range trade had on oil also so far. And German 10-year bonds down 0.4%, which is quite a decent little move. And you can see here on the screen targets to the downside, 137.68. Okay, getting into what we were doing yesterday on the S&P, we were looking for longs here. So every day at 1:45, we have a team call, where we really get into detail and we expose a lot of the elements of our edge, as you'll be able to see on the screen if you're part of the call. And we expose that, and we kind of look at where we're looking to get long, get short. And yesterday, the guidance was long 39, 67, 66s around here on the range low. Pretty simple stuff. We're trading high to the low. Well, where do we have a decent area to look to get long here? And that was the 39.67s. Bammo, back up through the range in the day, putting in new highs into the close. And we're kind of testing into some big resistance areas that aren't at the top of the range here. They're actually at 47. So I've been taking shorts against that this morning, looking for love a little bit lower on this thing as we settle into pre-PCE. And then, I'm trying to just make a quick lick out of this thing before we get to that half one marker and 3:00 markers today. All right, that sounds spoos. We're very much back within the prior day here in that range. So that's the S&P. You're seeing DAX as well, kind of working a similar range here. Just, testing into that PVAH there at the moment. Buyers should come in here, keeping it in balance. But, I think ahead of this important data, we may kind of, pull back the VWAP, find some sellers and find ourselves back down here in around the data time. Or, if something kind of shakes us up a bit, we could be down. We do need to factor in to the equities picture and the bonds picture that we now have a situation where the saber rattling is max with these tanks being given from Germany and the US to the Ukrainian forces. So that, we need to keep our ear to the ground on what the Russians are going to say and what they're thinking about this. But, make no mistake, comments yesterday out of Moscow were that, well, they had kind of priced this in, that it was going to happen anyway, and that this is really the confirmation that, this is a coalition forces war against Russia rather than just Ukrainians defending themselves. All right. So it's basically, to put it all in a nutshell, it's NATO versus Russia. Right. And we're not going to get into the discussion about why Putin feels like he has to defend himself from NATO. And he has been promised that they would not extend their territories and footprints further east since the 80s, actually. And NATO have broken that. Anyway, that's for a different talk show, I suppose. All right, looking at the Dow, we also had a lovely one yesterday, actually. Let's see on the open. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that really, yeah, it's very hard to really pinpoint Dow trades at the moment. Ian, our star sniper trader, taking quite a bit out of that yesterday. Nice trade. But yeah, what else? Oil. Look, oil's really holding a bit of a mega trend to the upside. I'll go to the dailies here. And this is the dailies, this sort of recent trend from the 12th of January, trend up. So that is currently holding. And then we have this kind of sort of sub trend in green here, which is kind of what I call a morning trend. But yeah, this is quite a big one here. We're gonna leave that on for now. I think we're supported. I think though we're capped around 81s and 81.51s for now. But you got to stay with the longs at the moment. Just some sellers coming in on the top of PVH there, 80s at the moment. I do think in the next 10 sessions we will probably fall out of bed here. But let's see, if we have an escalation of the situation in Ukraine, we may want to head back to the 88s area. I think that's highly likely. Euro and Dixie, very, very range bound trade at the moment. Very, very range bound. So not much more to go on. And gold, I think it's time we had a little chat about gold, which has been working its way right back up here while we've been asleep. So, I have really just fallen out of love with gold, but nonetheless, other people are loving this. This mega bull flag that I had the concept of before, it's a bit of a dirty analysis. I don't like it anymore. But we like the longs down at the 17s, and we've kind of had a lovely excursion of about $240 since then. So if we obviously pricing in an escalation of what may happen in Ukraine with Russia as well. So I think you may get an opportunity to buy 1830s on a pullback here. You got the 50 weekly exponential going to be coming up there as well. So I think we're quite stretched from that. I'd be a buyer on 1830s for the swing for actually new all-time highs this year. I think could happen. Yeah, for sure. So that's it for me for another pre-US video. All right, have a good one out there, guys. I'll be here in the room, and please do click to like and subscribe. All right, take care.